Hey guys, this is your weekly forecast for the 20th of January 2020. Isn't that interesting? 2020. So this is for the week off for all the signs. Now, 2020 I feel like is about your vision. It really is about your vision. And if you look at 2020, it's perfect vision. It's seeing things clearly, up close and afar. And that is what 2020 is all about for you. The details that were unknown, the fogginess, blurred vision, not being able to see in the distance, not being able to see what is right in front of you, not seeing the big picture, not seeing the details, all of those things to do with your vision. So your vision is in your goals. Your vision is what your future looks like. Even when it comes to finances and your emotions and your family, just not seeing it, just not seeing the details, just not seeing why. All of that is going to be looked at and addressed this year. This week, in fact, it looks like, now I do see water everywhere. And I see that for part of last week, but also this week and into the future. It's almost like that nursery rhyme, water everywhere, but nothing to drink, something to do with that. Not sure why, but there's water everywhere, and I just see water, lots of water. When it comes to your study, career, and finances and government, we've got the Devil card, Major Arcana card, major reform, major breakdown of policies, major breakdown and changes of the rules. There's been a mishandling of finances, there's been some sort of corruption, there's been some sort, this is in your career and yourself and everywhere else. So there has been some misspending, there has been some breaking of the rules, there has been some slave drivers here. You feel like you're chained to your job, you feel like you're chained to your finances, and you're feeling like, look, the more I work, I feel like the sadder or depressed I'm coming. I'm not quite seeing the outcome. I'm not seeing all this hard work coming in as anything, because I just feel like I'm being abused. I'm abusing my funding. I'm abusing my career. So what are you doing to bring that about? Is someone that you are around with your career, study, or finance influencing you in a negative fashion where you need to break away from that? Is something holding you back from your career, from someone manipulating you, narcissism, trying to pull you away from what you know and what is good? Because the Devil card is about being chained. It is being in bad, unhealthy relationships, funding, relationships as in love, people, groups, co-workers. There's some sort of abuse here, and this week it does spark up. This is also about being dominated at work, feeling overrun, too much responsibility, feeling tired, feeling depressed. This is burning the candle at both ends. Also, it's for some of you, it's the greater goal. So I'm working so hard now so that I can have this kind of future, but have I overcommitted myself, my finances, my body, away from my family? What needs to give? Because something here isn't balanced. It is unhealthy. So for some of you, it might have been I've gone to the pokies and I'm spending all my money. For others, this is I've just gone on a spending spree with my credit cards when I knew that I had to pay my rent. I called in sick again to work because I've got a hangover and my job is in jeopardy. I come to work drunk. I work for a drunk. I'm not getting paid what I should. My job is on the line. Any of those kinds of things to do with behavior, negativity, and feeling trapped when it comes to that. For some of you, you might find that this week you are incredibly upset about, maybe you've been caught out with a sudden expense, a sudden bill, and you had some money previously, but you didn't know this was coming up because you couldn't see it. Again, 2020 vision, and so that's left you tight this week as well. For some of you, this is I'm regretting what behaviors have been there. Regretting I didn't come to work, regretting I came up drunk, regretting I spent all the money, mishandling funds, corruption, anywhere of regret here. And we've got reform. We are fixing this now. So where this is for you is in that area, but on what side? Now at home we have the Death card. So for some of us, we are, we've lost this, and so we have to start fresh when it comes to our home. For some of you, I've lost my job and I may be homeless. For some of you, I've lost my job or I don't have the funds, so now I have to move, back with family, move on, move out, whatever. This card, the Death card, is another major arcana card. Actually, you've got three. You've got the Devil, the Death, and the Magician, which all speaks to goodbye to unhealthy, we're going through the process of death, and we are being reborn. So again, the caterpillar going into the cocoon, starting that transformation, it is painful, it is hard work. The physical change, the mental change, everything in this compression chamber is forcing this change, is the catalyst for change. And at some point, the caterpillar must feel like it's dying. And can it get through this? And then emerges as the butterfly. And this is a bit where it is with your home and your finances. For a small select few of you, this is divorce, this is starting a new fresh, and something to do with the finances. So if we have to, custody, if this is to do with finances, alimony, whatever it is, sharing the home, anything to do with death that's caused funding, there's an issue there as well. Now, again, this is unhealthy spending and layoffs and cut-offs and those as well that are affecting your home. This card here, I also want to say, and I know I said it 2 weeks ago, but I'm going to say it again. This is about the next generation. This is about a legacy. This is what I am. I'm leaving behind something and I'm moving towards the new, but this is about handing over the power and handing over the legacy. This is what I am improving on or growing on and putting my passion on for the next generation. Also the next stage of my life. So for some of you, you might be downsizing. For others, this is about, changing my loan because I've, not had the funds and, interest-only payments, something like that to do with the home as well. Maybe for some of you, this is about someone who has been in the home who is left now, and there is some relief. If this has been some sort of abusive situation, negative, narcissistic, manipulative situation, a very tense situation, there's something here that is saying goodbye and we're leaving that on. There is a lot of patience that's required because the process is a little bit longer than you thought. And as we're going into this week, we are going to slow down the process and frustrations are going to rise because this situation in any of these scenarios is going back, it's going forth, it's stopping, people are changing their minds, it's off the table, it's on the table. And for some of you, this is something you've already dealt with before and you thought, yes, things are starting to move forward, but hang on, brakes are on, there's going to be an issue here, details have been missed, fine print hasn't been read, someone's pulled out. Anything to do with this. Now, on the other hand of that, I missed out on that before. It's back on the table and I'm thinking, okay, how is this with my home where I am able to, put that behind me and I am, I'm starting fresh. And this comes from Mercury retrograde from before. So something is back that we are finalizing a natural ending, a natural conclusion, and we are moving forward. Interesting, when I just said that, I am reminded about last week and the week before where we had the Empress card here in this position, and it was about future growth for the next generation and for the next phase of your life and for the home itself. We're growing on something here is happening, and so we are leaving one thing behind and we're moving into the future. So we've got the Empress card and now we've got the Death card, so things are finally happening. We are leaving it behind and we are moving forward, but something here that's official, something here about handing over is there as well. In your health, we do have the King of Swords. Our specialist is saying, look, we're taking action on this area. There's 2 results coming in or 2 bits of information coming in. It's come to a conclusion. Now we can take action on that. For some of you, this is something that was remission. So we're going into remission. We've come out of remission. We are recovering. Things look better than they are. We're waiting on 2 bits of information before we can continue. Now, for some of you, this is the intellect. We have a recovery in our intellect, in our mental and in our emotional. For others, this is something to do with pain, needles. So that could be diabetics. It can be, anyone that has needles, pins and needles, seizures, pain up the back, anything to do with sharp. There is something that we are reconciling about that, something that's coming back up, and there's 2 bits of information that's going to come in for that. But we do have someone on our side who is air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This person is someone that brings out information. So it could be, to the community, this could be something about a trial and risk, or a new trial basis, or being given something where we're on to the next leg. With our love, we have the Magician card. So it's interesting. The Death card the Magician card. So some of you are breaking free, the freedom, the revolution, the tides have gone, and so we are now stepping into our one, which is about, again, this is like the Empress card, but this is in our love, which is about, okay, the future's there, the things are blossoming, there's seeds there, there's a lot more growth to come. I have everything that I need on the table, my resources within me and around me for this love interest, my partner, my husband, my relationship if it's new and blossoming. There is future here, and this is something that's karmic. This is something that is, Mr. and Mrs. Right. This is something that can take growth, can blossom. So, if this is financially being responsible for somebody else in a partnership, look, this is unhealthy. We had to get rid of that. We had to leave that behind. And Death card is not a bad card. It's a good card. It's saying, okay, we had to let that go so that we can have the new growth, Lastly, as I was picking those cards up, if there's anything to do with wills, anything to do with a family that's been arguing over settlement, or there's been delays over that, words coming in, things are going to look better. So be kind to you and those you love. Oh, sorry, the angel cards. Yeah, miracles will happen. Miraculous solutions will appear, so what is gone will be replaced. And then we've got Azure, your desired outcome is going to happen. You have to have patience. Remember, patience, patience, patience. And it will go in the way that you want. So be kind to you and those you love. And from Jedi Sage Jake, may the Force be with you.